Okay, so we've heard some terrible news, obviously, recently. The passing of our beloved Xbox 360. Yeah, I'm making a funeral pyre here. I'm going to put Alien Isolation on it. Yeah. Now, obviously, it's kind of it's almost strange to look back on it now because it's not so much it's not as much like it as when this generation launched. When there's so much Xbox One hate. But it's last generation. The 360 was it was the console for the enthusiast gamer. I think the best way to talk about this really is let's just have some reminiscences over some exclusives, and I'll call a few out, man. Maybe if you want to jump in, maybe if you've got some memories. 360 exclusive. I mean, I suppose the real big ones. Obviously, the first one was Gears of War, obviously.
Yeah.
3 of those came out. That was a big system seller. Halo obviously came out. Halo 3 was huge. Halo 3 sold more than every PS3 exclusive up to that point combined when it came out. It was still megaton then. Obviously you had ODST and Reach, and Halo 1 Anniversary as well came out. You had, as we said, Fable 2 and 3. There was it was big as well for racing fans. You had Project Gotham Racing, a lot of Forza games as well. Forza obviously at that time was considered better than Gran Turismo, all those kinds. Not really my scene, but still. You had a couple of console exclusives, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. They were never on PS3.
Okay.
You had some, just to finish off, you had some timed exclusives as well, like people don't want to remember this now, but the episodes from Liberty City, the GTA 4 expansions, were 360 exclusive originally, as was Mass Effect 1, weirdly. That was published by Microsoft.
Another timed exclusive was Minecraft, I believe.
I think you're right, actually, mate, yeah.
They had that on 360 before, for a good
charts.
year or something before.
You would look on Amazon, you still Minecraft, Xbox 360, still in the charts, like a year later. It's insane.
Yeah.
Oh. What about you, man? Have you got what are your memories of 360 gaming?
Oh man, just just achievement whoring basically.
Yes.
It's pretty much the be all and end all of it. But I mean, Halo multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. Like, I think I was like you when I first played. When I was like, I know we're a lot better at those sort of games now, but like when I first got 360, I think like you, we'd just been playing Nintendo consoles up until that point, and I'd finally given up. After the thing that made me buy a 360 was this might seem bizarre now, but when I finally heard it confirmed that Grand Theft Auto 4 was not coming out on the Nintendo Wii, I decided that I had to buy an Xbox. And years of fanboyism, I could not buy a PlayStation, not after the betrayal. So I was like, I'm buying an Xbox. I went through, I think, 5 or 6. Because, I mean, that's what I come into now. Obviously, one of the other sort of, almost bizarre now to think about it, but the Red Ring of Death incident.
No.
I think the failure rate at one point was like 50% of Xbox 360 consoles were dying.
Oh man, that's crazy.
This was
I actually never had mine die on me.
Really?
Yeah.
You are quite a small minority.
Yeah, one of the lucky ones. But
I remember it used to be like a fabled thing, like something you did on the playground when you were a kid. But I remember the first time it happened. I remember it's for those who don't know the Red Ring of Death. You had 4 controller lights on the front of the 360. They're just, basically they'd light up if you had a controller attached. And normally they were green. But what would happen was you'd be playing your game perfectly happy, and the console would overheat. It would melt its own innards, some kind of solder, I think, something would melt, and 3 of those lights would just would light up red, and it was over. It was over. That console was completely bricked. And the first time it happened, I was just devastated. I was just so devastated. But Microsoft, I think they were so deeply concerned that people would obviously be annoyed and buy a PlayStation 3. I think they extended the warranty for several years.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and then like I had 2 die on me, and they would just, no questions asked, you'd ship it back to them. They'd ship you a new one, sort of thing. So
yeah.
That's really. So I ended up having 2 of those and upgrading, I think, from a premium to a Xbox 360 Elite, and then also later I bought Slim. I think I'm on my 5th 360.
Man.
So-
Oh man. I think I still got the original 360 arcade, like the
Really?
cheapest shitty one that you can buy. That's the
That
one
was
I
that
have.
was a peasant's console because you
It
don't even have
was.
Chrome on your
No.
disc tray.
No, it was it's a cheap. And eventually I had to get a new hard drive, like when they started Games for Gold, and it's like, oh man, this has filled up my hard drive so quickly.
Well, it was your 80 gig. I mean, that you discussed earlier. It was a big purchase from you at the time.
It was.
No, I just remember. There's something about that console. Just everything about it. Is the design is so of its time, and I just think there's something about Microsoft have never really got the sort of hardware skill. Actually, you could say that Nintendo or sort of Sony do these really sleek Japanese boxes. Really well engineered. Obviously, Microsoft great with software. But the 360, when you think of it, the original before the two slim variants now. I mean, it's the only console I've ever seen with curves. Like, it was this concave rectangle.
Yeah.
And the fact that it had literally, as we talked about, you were a peasant and you had the arcade. If you had a premium model or a elite model, you would have literally chrome disc tray. What kind of console is that? Well, they thought they were charging for more.
Trim.
Not just for the hardware, but for chrome.
Yeah, they're like a racer boy, teenage racer boy, with some chrome rims on their car,
But we love that thing, and I still do. But I mean,
it's still my main console. I have.
Yeah,
to
I know. Because Games with Gold for you has basically extended the life cycle of that console, isn't it? So much.
Definitely.
Because everything from the backlog you can play through.
Yeah. Yep. And it's great. Like, I'm just, I get a constant stream of games, and it's free. And the annoying thing is when they release a game that's got online achievements, like bloody Tomb Raider. But apart from that, it's great. Like, you just keep getting those achievements and playing through weird games like the Telltale games, and yeah, I can't complain with it at all.
I think just to mention the Red Ring of Death again, that cost Microsoft $1 billion. That's the statistic I have here. It's verified from every place.
Did you have to pay for the shipping, or did they?
They pay for it because obviously in that it came back to me as well within within about 3 days each time, because obviously in that time the rage of an enthusiast gamer, I believe at one point I claimed I would buy a PS3 and I would never play an Xbox again. But then obviously it returned, and my achievements, it had to be added to, and there's Xbox Live and the controller, and I couldn't. That was the thing. It wasn't an abusive relationship because it gave us so much. Like, we loved that console.
Yeah.
The gamers loved that console, but it hurt you, but you knew why you stayed, because it was so good. It was so good. Yeah. No, I mean that's part of the reason why people always query the kind of the design choice of the Xbox One, when it's it's this enormous set-top box with a fan that's bigger than any you can even buy for like a full-size PC case. The reason why is not, as they say, because it would be silent. The reason is because they were so paranoid about this thing overheating and costing $1 billion again. They put this enormous fan, and it's designed that you can run it continuously for 10 years, so say. These are their claims.
Really?
Yeah, because they're so paranoid about this thing melting.
I don't believe it. I bet someone's testing it, though. If they've claimed that, I bet someone is testing it.
Well, what are we like two and a bit years in, so you've got a little while left. But what if you have a power cut? You're screwed.
Oh, no. You get to 9.5 years. Power cut. Bollocks. Right, turn it off, turn it on. Again, let's start it up again. Come on, guys.
I think that is, it's possibly a down note to end on, but I think that's why it's kind of almost sad, the Xbox One review and all the mistakes they made with that, because they had so much goodwill, even though in the end, obviously they had a 1 year head start on PS3, but the sales numbers matched, and when you think of how one-sided the PlayStation 2 generation was, it was such a great achievement, and they had so much goodwill with like really enthusiast gamers. The attach rate on that console was so high, on the 360 was outrageous, but they were making so much money off people like us, and then all they had to do really with the Xbox One, they had to basically put a PS4 out essentially. Just it's another box. 1080 60 go.
They made the same mistakes that the PS3 made, and they should have learnt from that, and they just didn't. Like with the overpriced stuff.
The arrogance about Kinect. We're not going to sell it without Kinect, you know.
Yeah.
And it's got to be. It was online only as well, wasn't it, to begin with, which is absurd.
Yeah.
And you remember you'd see news stories. I've never seen news stories like it on, you know, like mainstream news. Obviously not over here, but in the States, you'd hear things like you'd have like. Obviously, it's a big bummer in the US if like the armed forces come out against your console, but you'd have like Navy people and Marines. There are stories about people being like, I can't play an Xbox because I'm on a submarine. Why have you betrayed me? And you know, all this bizarre but horrible, you know, news stories about it. And the Kinect is watching me pee, you know, and all these things, which I sympathise with. I mean, I can imagine the security services peering at me, you know, while I'm playing my game. I don't want people seeing my gamer face. You know that. You can only relax when you're by yourself playing games, but that's why Xbox Live is so great. You don't have to see people.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So in conclusion, Xbox 360, we the gamers loved you. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Not Alex's, because you're going to drive yours into the ground, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to play it until the servers are all down, like the PS2. Oh man, I really have to get people to play the Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider. Just jump on with me for half an hour.
Do you need to get some achievos?
I do. Just the online achievements. Nobody is on the online servers anymore. I've managed to get into one game, one time, and I got like 3 out of the 9 or so online achievements I needed.
I have that with I've got that with Halo 3 because we went on and got a couple of them. Weirdly, we got that the one match we got on I think it was Lone Wolves or something like that. There was us and one other dude who was like he was really high level. It's like he'd been waiting there and he just murdered us and we were just trying to boost our achievements. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah, that was so weird. He was like, sweet guys to kill.
I'm just like, this game, like obviously it held its population for a long time, but like people moved on to Reach, 6 years ago? And then from there they moved on to 4 Call of Duty games, Titanfall, all these other things. There's literally 3 of us on this server.
Yeah.
The guy was like waiting for a proper match. I'm like, what's the point? But yeah, I literally can't get those last couple of multiplayer achievements because one of them needs people of the same rank. And if there are literally 0 people in the server, I can't even boost it. I need something. And I can't lower my rank because you have to get into a match and lose. So it's a shame. But we finished ODST anyway. That was a great memory.
Yeah, we did. That was,
Endure.
Pushed through it.
Cheers, listener. I know who you are. Cheers for joining us again. Yeah, if you like the show, please like and subscribe. We are internet nobodies, and as I say, you know, I need reason to justify my funeral pyre I've made here for the 360.
Hey, if you subscribe, you'll be 50% of our subscriber base.
That's not true. It'll be like 15, something like that. We've got like 5. We have 6, but one of the guys, I think he was some kind of fake account and got banned, so we're down again.
Nice. I like it.